Although I do feel stifled by not having the ability to do what I love the most, which is
to act.
which is to tell stories on
What's the
stage
telling
in
of
front of an
stories, yeah.
audience.
Yeah, and you should do it more. My guess is get out of the union, take the
Yeah,
parts.
take
Just
anything.
take the parts
Yeah.
you like.
And maybe some old writer somewhere,
Well, think about you.
some
and
old
me.
Jewish writer, might come up with
Some old
something
local Jewish
for.
writer, right?
No, you know what would happen? I'd audition and I'd lose the parts.
Yeah, that is not a
Okay,
grounding.
I've got one regret.
For the record, I love acting with these two guys.
And we like
course.
acting with you. It makes us
Yeah,
look so
and
good.
we did
Sunshine Boys.
the Sunshine Boys
Oh.
together.
That's fun.
It was
it's dark.
phenomenal. I think it was in my late age here.
Yeah.
This was
Well, it's
3
for
years
all
ago,
years,
right?
right?
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It allowed me to get mad, like really crazy mad.
Oh, so this is not something that you would normally
No.
would repress, right?
Oh, see.
I
your
don't.
life.
Well, you wouldn't
I
even know
never
you had
get
it.
screaming mad. I
I'd love to
never
see
do.
that.
And and it made me a wise guy. Being in that show, and it changed our relationship because every time I'd see him, I'd say something wise to him.
And I
you
give
know,
him the finger.
and the finger, you give me the
I give
finger
him the
once
finger.
more.
Don't you
Don't you
point
give me
that at
that
me.
finger.
It's kind of a
And
dark
you have
ending. It's
become-
not a happy ending.
No, well, they wind up in the same nursing home together.
Yeah, well, I guess that's happy.
My friend Tom had an insight into
Us.
second childhood.
Oh,
And
so-
I usually, when I heard that, I probably heard that as a boy, you know.
I haven't heard it in a long time.
Uncle,
I've heard, yeah.
we had an
Yeah.
Uncle Digby in Milwaukee. And he's so far gone, he's in his second childhood. And that meant
oh.
he's gotten stupid, infantile, and needs a lot of care, right? Isn't that what second childhood called to mind? Stuff like that.
Is that what it was?
Or old age, either one.
Yeah,
There's,
or sort of
Yeah.
pre-lingual.
You know what I'm thinking of? I'm thinking of old guys acting out like they're young again.
Oh no,
No,
I don't
no,
know. I
no,
think
no,
it's. I
no,
think it's
that's-
Well,
reverting.
actually,
That's something
that's
else.
closer, but that's closer to Tom's interpretation.
Yeah.
Because he finds, maybe because it's the nature of losing memory, but you still remember things from way back.
Oh yeah.
Well, what's next to the last line of Seven Ages of Men,
Oh God.
which is
Julien's
about second childhood.
No,
right?
sans eyes, sans
Sans
teeth,
tears,
sans
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 everything.
taste, sans everything.
Yeah.
yeah.
But there's something about second childhood there.
Yeah.
What do you do better now that you're this age than you did when you were younger?
If you say sex, I'm killing you.
Why do you think his hair is so luxuriant? Every time he has sex, it gets revitalized into his scalp.
Boy, I got images I just don't want to hang on to. I
Oh,
just
well,
want-
we're
I
going to
just
be
wanna
able
let
to
those
keep
go.
that all right.
You better not cut that out of it.
Let him answer. Answer.
What's the answer?
I brush my hair better.
And I love the
Take
job
much
it
more
is.
care with it now.
Yeah, yeah.
I know
Is it
it's
true
not
there's
playing
nothing-
wiffle ball.
We played wiffle ball yesterday.
Damn
I
fool.
think an inning and a half. It felt like 18. I think we got through 2 innings, and I caught the ball once. I fell down maybe 4 times.
Did you have fun?
He fell down on his way from the dugout
So much
to
fun.
the outfield.
Did you get a
What?
laugh?
Well, of course I did.
That's the only important thing.
That's it. You got the laugh.
I didn't get the laugh. I have 2 kids who say, "You're right. You're right. You're right."
Fine.
I work smarter.
That's good.
But on the other hand, I still work long hours. I shouldn't work so long. But the work that I do better now. I'm a better bookseller because I know I know my clients better. I know the publishers better. I know the field better. And that's a lot of fun. And that's a lot of fun for me. And I almost get righteous about it because there are so many bookstores that are the same.
They don't change, yeah.
They have the same. I
Format.
can see who the format is the same. I can see that they buy the same way that the other bookstore buys.
That's
and,
great.
And I think a couple of years ago I was ready to move on, maybe retire, maybe be emeritus somehow. I'm moving into emeritus a little bit because I have people who work for me. I only have to be there in the store 2 days a week.
You
Ask
said
me to
things
keep
that you've
going.
become better at,
Yeah.
things that you've let go. In my business life, I've let go of trying to be all things to all people. When I first started out, I didn't want to lose a repair or a sale to anybody. I wanted to be able to cover all of the bases. So I carried a lot of different products. And as I discovered as time went on, a lot of these products were crap. You know,
Yeah.
you buy them at the local Biggie Mart or whatever. And then when it got to the point where I would see advertisements for a particular vacuum cleaner or sewing machine that the big box stores were selling for $3 less than I was paying for them, the handwriting was on the wall, and I said, no more of this. So I decided to go just to sell and to represent quality, and that's why I took on these two German lines of vacuums. Sorry, Grandpa.
Yeah.
And then gave up sewing machine repair because it took an inordinate amount of time and the same amount of time the same amount of money on a vacuum cleaner I could do in 1/3 the time. So after fighting and saying no to Isha, my daughter, and my wife, people rely on me to fix their sewing machine. They rely on, well, the school stopped teaching sewing in class. You could buy a garment at Walmart for half the price it would cost you to buy the material and make it yourself. So then the sewing machines went out the window. And I just concentrate on things that I feel are a valuable product, worthwhile my attention to recondition, to restore, to service or whatever. That's been a blessing. I represent products that with proper care you could have for 30, 40 years. You know.
And
It's nice, but it's also not so nice when you sell a vacuum and they don't come back for 25 years to buy a new one.
So in this
I
moment,
didn't think of that, yeah, right.
in this moment, you think about what's next.
I have been thinking about it. I've been thinking maybe it's time to bow out and to just look for a simple job doing, either sales or a sales clerk or whatever. And getting rid of all the overhead. Frankly, there's a lot of overhead in running my kind of business.
I'm sure.
Yeah. But it's silly. It's very silly. I still care about my customers. Where are they going to go to get their products fixed? And like my wife says, will you stop caring about everybody but yourself? Do something that'll make you happy.
We are at a historical time.
Yeah,
And we're not the first people, we're not the first generation to be at a historical time. A bookstore is, 10 years ago, a bookstore was like a livery stable, that went out when the gas stations
Right.
came in. And what your business is and our lives are in community theater.
Right.
The Berkshires are being discovered by corporations.
Really?
All the big hotels want to come in now.
Ah,
And it's and mom and pop is, I'm famous because I'm quaint, or I'm known because I'm quaint, and this is about all we have left. And if we can hold on,
Yeah.
then they're going to say, "Oh, I remember when he held on."
yeah. Remember that? What did he say? Tannenbaum?
Yeah,
Matt.
I remember when Kent should have retired 15 years ago, and he's still there.
So you do what you do, and history
Shall be the judge.
shall
Nobody
history
thinks that.
history moves on.
Yeah.
History moves on, but you don't change because you don't try to catch on to the tail, because
No.
the tail
Throw
will
you right off.
The tail
Yeah.
will rip you right. Right.
You know what I've noticed? just anecdotally, the two places. One is at Aubuchon
Hardware?
Hardware, and also at the Big Y in Great Barrington.
That part of Great Barrington.
They often they have many people my age working
Working
in
there.
both places.
I was going to bring that out. Yeah.
And
Greeters and baggers. Yeah.
yeah, and they're so smart. And
Way smarter than the other people, the young people that are, because of their experience and their years
And
of.
then, you know, you get to chatting. Yeah, I used to be a high school principal.
Yeah.
Or I used to work
We are
in an accounting
immigrants.
firm
We
and
are-
stuff like that. But they need the money. That's,
Yes, with
But
that.
Well,
they
that's it.
also say, maybe this is a little contrary to what I was thinking before, it's nice to have a reason to get out of the
It's the
house.
so-
Yeah.
yeah, it's the social aspect.
But,
It's,
I mean, some of the wit with this one guy at Aubuchon, I mean, it was like Oscar Lomant, you know, going back. I'm saying one thing, I say, I need a little screw in him, you know, and then he,
Said, I can't help you. Mister. Try another store.
and then there's a guy, he's a cashier at,
Big
Big
Y.
way.
or is it, maybe it's Price Chopper, Joe. And I already know that, you know, he's got a graduate degree in philosophy
I was, yeah.
and with a minor in physics.
Wow.
And
So he doesn't do the 10 items or less.
or fewer.
Oh,
Sure,
pardon
yeah.
me. Oh,
Do that.
And you know what I admire, at least the, you know, strictly anecdotal, these guys aren't embarrassed.
Why should they be?
No.
They know who they are.
Yeah.
They know what they've done. They know what they're capable of. They're not embarrassed to have a public position that
You know
they're
what's-
overqualified
You know what's
for.
sad though is the necessity for. It's
What's
just
the
not
line
there.
There's-
from Rappaport? And I got the truth. You want the truth? Truth is a social security check that wouldn't pay the rent for a chipmunk.
Yeah, there you go. That's right.